go over in such little time before we get started. This is going to be a battle you won't want to miss. I know the Yankees and Red Sox are on, but this might be better.
It could be. This is a big matchup. As we know, Montclair State and Stockton have faced each other last year. And although the season is still young, the volleyball team has been soaring, Vincent. With two NJAC matchups coming up this week, Coach Stawinski has been pleased with how things have shaken out so far.
Yeah, and you want to know what I feel like the big thing is? They lost their NJAC opener, but you see it right there. They're off to such a strong start. 10-3, 6-0 on the season, 8-0 at Panzer. Incredible. Their 6-0 start, best one since 1998. That year they went 13-0 to start their season. Then you look at their NJAC. Now it all changes when you get to NJAC play, and I know that fans may be worried. They got swept in William Patterson. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about, all right? Last year, same situation. They got swept, or they lost in William Patterson in the NJAC opener. They come back, and they go 7-0 to finish off the NJAC, and that is making a statement.
This is something where, you start NJAC play right today against Stockton and get things rolling. As we know, we're going to show you the schedule in just a little bit. NJAC play is going to stack up, and then before you know it, the playoffs will be here. You're right, Vincent. These are the games where you have to start off on the right foot.
And I think the biggest thing to look at for this matchup specifically is last year. You have to go back to the semifinals of last year. So let's take a look at what happened last year during that semifinal matchup here at the Panzer Athletic Center between Stockton and Montclair. So you see, they would start off Stockton number 3, Montclair number 2. In set number 1, Montclair would lose and Stockton would hold them to just 14 points. You see this, the wonderful rebound, the blocks all around, and it would be Stockton taking the first set, going up 1-0. In set number 2 though, Montclair would come back and the Ospreys would kind of shoot themselves in the foot there. 9 kills, but 9 errors to their name as well. In set number 3, Montclair would keep on rolling. After battling for a long time, back and forth, Bryn Bautista would seal the deal with this dominant kill right here. In the 4th set, it would be Stockton would bounce back, 25-18. Stockton kept a far distance from Montclair in that set, having a maximum of 10-point lead. And in the final set, going back and forth, neither team had over a 2-point lead. But then with 14-13 in this final set, they would win 3 straight points and send themselves to the final. Montclair was 1 point away from going to the final and lost just in the final blast. Montclair comes very close. I think they come back with quite possibly an equally or just as powerful team as they had last year. And I'm excited to see what they got in store for us.
Well, they have a chance today to rebound and come back from where they're from. Conference play is ramping up as we approach October. And here's how the remaining NJAC schedule looks for Montclair State. It started off difficult right away. You have Stockton tonight and then followed by NJCU, who are currently first in the NJAC conference. Now this is a very tough stretch for Montclair. We're going to know how legit they are very soon. But they've shown time and time again that they're built to compete. That loss to William Patterson, that sweep, they're going to be upset about that one. And you know they're going to come out today and show it, Vincent. What do you think about their schedule right here?
I think there's a lot of really good matchups to look on here. But I got to be honest, if there's one you can circle, I'm circling this one right here. This is a huge game against the Ospreys. It's nothing to joke about. You want to make a statement here. If you want to be the team to beat, you have to beat the team that was the team to beat last year. They couldn't do it against William Patterson. How about they go out and do it today?
And I say this in a respectful way. I hope Coach Stawinski in the locker room reminded the team, remember what this team did to you guys last year. Remember how close we were to go to the NJAC finals. And if they could do that, they will be in it. Now, Vincent, I got to ask you, there are a lot of factors that could go into tonight's matchup. Give me your 3 keys to the game.
All right, folks. It's Vincent's 3 keys to the game, which might be the most important part of our segment today. Listen, my first key, kick it into gear. All right, you got to get into a groove early. Montclair in the last 2 years, so dating back to the start of last season, 25-3 when winning that first set. You got to set the tone early, and that's what Montclair likes to do. They set the tone early. The only worries that I have is about that second set, staying in groove, making sure that Stockton doesn't get in a groove. We know what happened last time. They lost that first set and would go on to lose the game. You're already starting from behind. You have to work forward. We'll have to see. My second key to the game, spread the wealth. I feel like one big thing from last year is, listen, they had the NJAC Rookie of the Year in Cameron Muse, who has been so dominant this year as well in her sophomore campaign. But they've been using more of the Bryn Bautista mix. They've been mixing in the Brianna Craig mix now. And all of this combined gives them a lot of options to go to. The defense isn't just scanning for Muse. If they see Muse, hey, listen, Muse we saw it against teams prior to NJAC play. She'll go out there, she might have 2 or 3 kills in a set. But then the next set, she comes in, she has 7. It's about spreading the wealth, figuring out different things. And then, of course, our final key to the game, show the defensive prowess. Be defensively out there. Montclair has given up 502 kills, which is 4th most in the NJAC. Stockton is below them. But they have the 3rd most blocks in the NJAC, and that is credit to players like Mia Capriglione and Sofia DeProfio going out there, showing their best. Those are my keys to the game. If they can come out strong like that, if they can show the defensive prowess, if they can spread the wealth a little bit, this team might have a nice Red Hawk W printed on their back after this one.
Couldn't agree more, Vincent. I love key number 2, spread the wealth. Now, outside of the keys, we also have players to watch tonight. And I'm going to give you my 2 players to look out for. There are great players on both sides, but I have to look out for the Osprey senior hitter, Katie Lauer. She currently leads the team 132 kills, and she has recorded double-digit kills 6 times so far this season. But Montclair State has a lot of firepower on the other side, Vincent. I'm looking for the name you just mentioned, sophomore outside hitter Cameron Muse, to have a big day tonight. 28 combined kills in the last 2 matches. And you said spread the wealth. I totally agree. They will. And they have players that could spread out the points. But you know Cameron Muse is going to make her mark. That's who she is. She's a superstar.
Absolutely. And she's already putting her name in the books for this Montclair team. And I think her teammate, Bryn Bautista, deserves just as much love. Phenomenal. I'm interested to see also how Lucy Cornelius does. At home, of course, William Patterson, she's on the road for it. This is her first NJAC play here. Been such a big part of this team. I'm interested to see how it works for her, what moves she tries to incorporate, and if she keeps on going to one player or if she's mixing it up a little bit more. Brianna Craig.
Got to ask you, where do you see tonight's match going? Do you have any predictions?
Listen, Montclair is a team that likely loves to take out those brooms. They love the 3-0 sweeps, 3-1 wins. I don't see it going that way for these Red Hawks. This Ospreys team, they know what they're doing. Coach Alyssa Walker, 20th year in the league. You don't go down in a sweep, especially in NJAC play, especially like this. Also, 11-time champion. That's terrifying against these Red Hawks. But they have the power, and I think the best thing about this Red Hawks team is, Luke, they're young. I mean, Cameron Muse, your player to watch, is a sophomore. Lucy Cornelius, a freshman. Bryn Bautista, sophomore. These are players that are going to be here for a long time. Coach Stawinski, who also has such a long history in the game of volleyball, has a lot of talent around him. You could see him in the playoffs very, very soon.
Can't wait for this one, Vincent. We're going to give you the starting lineups right now as they get announced here on the court. And Montclair, you can see, wearing the white with the red colors, and Stockton primarily black with the light blue sleeves. Almost ready to begin the match here, the rematch of the semifinal of the NJAC last year. We went through the highlights. It was crazy. I expect the same exact thing today. And now for the Stockton Osprey starting lineup. Number 2, Layla Newborn. Number 7, Nicole Palmer. We'll talk about her in a moment. Number 9, Katie Lauer, another danger Osprey player. Number 15, getting the nod to start today, Riley Wilson. Number 17, Jalen Grant. Number 23, Reagan Mendick. And the libero, number 5, Helen Murray, to round off the Ospreys. Now for the Montclair State starting lineup. Lucy Cornelius, the freshman. Bryn Batista. Brianna Craig, number 8. Lily Thomas, a force in the front. Cameron Muse, we talked all about her just moments ago. Number 33, Sophia DeProfio, a great pairing in the front with Lily Thomas. And the libero, Emma Hatcher, in her senior year. Vincent, anybody that stands out to you so far in those
so
lineups?
Many players that stand out to me. I mean, Nicole Palmer, as you talked about, has been such a beast for this Stockton Ospreys team. Leads the team in points. Right behind her is Kate Lauer. 2 players that you got to watch out for. That's the two-headed dragon that you got to watch out for. As for this Montclair team, I mean, I love the mix between Cornelius, Bautista, and Muse, but other names in there that just have been really shocking. Not shocking, but have really impressed lately. Lily Thomas. I mean, she's been fantastic on the defensive end. Had 4 blocks in a couple games ago, and that's one shy of her season high. She came up with 5 earlier in the season, but she's been absolutely wonderful on the defensive end. Same with Sophia DeProfio, and you'll see some really good moments from DeProfio, Thomas, and Capriglione.
I like your players to watch, Vincent. A lot of talent on both teams, as you mentioned. And we're just going to pause here just for a moment for the end of the national anthem before we get into the matchup. Almost ready here for tip-off between the Montclair State Redhawks and the Stockton Ospreys. We gave you our players to watch. We gave you our keys to the game, and we showed you their last matchup last season in the NJAC semifinals. Looking at these two teams, Montclair State come into the game tonight 10-3 overall, 8-0 at home, Vincent. That's what I'm looking out for so far. They are dominant here at Panzer.
I think that's really the number to look at, Luke. They've been dominant at home. Why would they want to be anywhere else? It is shocking to me they're 1-2 on the road, but 8-0 at home. 8-0 at home. That is wonderful numbers. You gotta love to play at Panzer. It's a dangerous place. I mean, different sport, but Coach Potts always says we love playing at home. Gotta love to get this place booming. It's the same with Coach Stawinski.
Montclair State on a 2-game win streak, coming off 2 3-1 set wins versus DeSales University and Drew. One thing I'm looking at here, though, is Stockton Ospreys does have Montclair's number all time. 7-55 is Montclair State's all-time record against the Stockton Ospreys, and now a chance here to do it at Panzer.
And great crew. I think another player that we talk about a lot is Sophia DeProfio. And you can see how the consistent building that she's done throughout the years. It's become this great outside hitter for the team.
Mendick is ready to kick us off here. We are underway from the Panzer Athletic Center. Montclair State versus the Stockton Ospreys NJAC matchup. Cameron Muse strikes early. Mendick sets up Lauer, and she gets the first point. That was quick.
starting on the right foot. They use the power to their advantage. That's what you're going to see a lot of.
It's the second NJAC matchup for the Stockton Ospreys. They were swept 3-0 versus Rowan as a rare error there from Bryn Batista. 2-0 Stockton.
Not a comfortable spot to be. I like to think that the best matchup that these two teams had set-wise in the last game was set number 4. I mean, they went out, and it was so close, battling the entire time.
The Profio tries to put down a strike and just missed the zone. So now 3-0 Stockton Ospreys lead. Montclair have to shrug it off as quick as possible. For Stockton, 7-5 overall, 3-2 on the road. As mentioned, 0-1 in conference play. Cameron Muse strikes, and a failed dig out by number 5, Halen Murray, gives Montclair State the first point of the day.
It's a good spot to be in right now. Good spot to be in right now. Wonderful job by Montclair. Cameron Muse bouncing back, and you're right, Luke. I mean, that's the player you want to watch.
Mendick sets it up. Dug out by Batista. Cornelius sets up Cameron Muse, and she strikes again. Now a 3-2 lead for the Ospreys. Montclair State are climbing back.
She's got some crazy power. Always dominating.
Emma Houcher deep for the Redhawks, and she sets it over the net. Mendick in the air. Lauer fires. DeProfio blocks, and we stay alive. Lauer tries again. Cornelius keeps it alive. Hatcher saves. Muse fires. Stockton Ospreys so far coming off a 2-day Swarthmore tournament. 3-1 win versus Scranton and a 3-0 loss versus Suffolk as Stockton grabbed their fourth point of set number 1.
And that was a good effort by Hatcher and Cornelius, but ultimately too far away from them to get anything close.
4-2 as Batista digs that out. Cornelius to Muse, and she's met at the net with fire. Too easy there. Vincent, what have you seen so far from Montclair State with their slow start?
On that last play, it just looked like a misstep or maybe trying to fake out the defense there by Muse, but doesn't time the jump correctly and gets under it entirely. I think Montclair's playing hard right now.
Nice attempt there to try to dig that one out from Murray, but a kill for Lily Thomas.
They're playing really hard right now. And listen, a lot of these, you take away Cornelius and Craig, all these players know that pain from last year. They know what it was like to lose to Stockton. I mean, they went 7-1 on the NJAC regular season. They beat Stockton, and then they go out and they lose in 5 sets. They know that pain. They know what they can do, and they know their talent level. They know they can beat them. They've done it before. They can do it again.
The Ospreys have double of the scoreboard right now of what the Redhawks have, 6-2-3. As Lily Thomas strikes, and she gets the kill there, nice and clean. That's Brianna Craig on the front. So many players here on Montclair in the front of the net, and that time Craig with the first kill of the day.
Wow.
Nice tip there from Bryn Batista. Montclair State right now have matched the energy the last few points.
What I really like about Bryn Batista is it's not always I'm trying to get the hardest kill. I'm not trying to slam the ball as hard. It's trying to outthink your defense there. It's trying to outthink your blockers. And sometimes it's the light tap. Sometimes it's the rocket.
Dug out by Hatcher. Cornelius sets it up. Traska fires. And that time, just a little bit wide.
Yeah, Traska didn't like that call entirely, but just looks like it might have nicked just outside.
Kristen Burton back for the Ospreys. Traska digs it out. Cornelius sets it across. Bryn Batista fires. Stockton keeps it alive. Tipped over the net. Hatcher saves. Muse puts it up in the air. Batista fires. And we have a nice rally here, back and forth. Just off the fingertips of Craig. 7-5.
I believe that one just rolled out.
7-6 actually. They gave the point to the Redhawks. We talked about Coach Stawinski, who's right there, and Vincent mentioned Allison Walker in her 20th season. 11 NJAC championships as coach. Also played at Muhlenberg College, had over 1,000 kills and digs, and is in the Muhlenberg Hall of Fame. A solid leader there leading her team.
Solid is an understatement. And there's the power. This is a classic matchup between power and smarts. Montclair just trying to tap it over, trying to outsmart the defense. But Stockton, they're all power, and that right now they've been all power. It'll be interesting to see how they continue to go, and if Montclair is able to control their offense.
Another strike there by Muse, just a little too far, barely outside that line. For Stockton, number 7, Nicole Palmer. You're looking at the 2024 NJAC Player of the Year, the first freshman ever to be voted NJAC Player of the Year as well. Fun fact for you. Batista fires, and how about the strength at the net? Olivia Magro. Wow. 9-7.
Just power right there. That's incredible defense. And the one thing that I'm really, really impressed by for this Stockton team is their offense is balanced with their defense. They've given up almost identical the amount of points that they've taken in.
Muse over the top, dug out greatly by Murray, and that one just couldn't get over the net. Redhawks now grab another point, 9-8, Vincent.
Phenomenal right there. I mean, Montclair gets lucky on that one. Got to continue it. Got to make
Lucy Cornelius with the serve. Met at the net by Lily Thomas. And that's the presence she brings, Vincent. You talked about it in the pregame. The DeProfio-Thomas duo is out there, and they show up in the front of the net.
It is most certainly up there, and it is most certainly a threat to any offense that comes in town.
Lauer over the top and off the fingertips of DeProfio. For Kate Lauer, 3-time All-Conference, former NJAC Rookie of the Year, and NJAC All-First Team in 2024. And was also the kill leader of this team. 10-9, Stockton Ospreys lead. Batista, Lauer sets. Up in the air for Burton. And over the top, another kill. You can't stop the Ospreys offense right now.
Nah, Cornelius tries to get that one, but I think it was just a little bit caught off guard. I thought that one was going to go a little bit more straight down instead of over her head.
Cornelius to Thomas. And just off the fingertips of Murray, give Montclair State yet another point.
Montclair only down by 1.
Burton. See what they call there. They give Montclair the point. Now tied at 11. Can Montclair take their first lead of the day? Bryn Batista to serve, coming off an 11-kill game versus Drew. What a strike there. Katie Lauer, unstoppable right now. Averaging over 3 kills a set, and I believe she's already almost hit that mark.
Right now at 4 kills on the day. My goodness. 4 of the 12 points so far coming from Lauer.
That average is going up. Service error right there. And the Hatcher to serve. Nice dig out there by Palmer. She goes again over the top, dug out by Hatcher. Flip to Muse, and met at the net. But the point will go to Montclair State. Now we're all square at 12. Montclair take their first lead, 13-12. Merdick in the air. Lauer fires. And what a job there just to paint the line. A solid strike.
Listen, Luke, this is the exact battle that we thought was going to happen. This is nothing far from what we thought was going to come. Definitely a battle, back and forth. It's going to come down to the wire in every set.
Palmer met at the net by DeProfio. Merdick in the air. Dug out by Batista. Cornelius now to Muse. And she's met at the net by 2 players. You got Newborn on it, and as well as Riley Wilson. Wow, a solid presence from both teams in the front. I want to go back to that last point. You missed if you couldn't hear on the broadcast, you could hear the chants from the Stockton bench, Lauer Hour. She's on fire right now with her kills.
Yeah, she is. She's at 5. Not a comfortable spot to be in right now for Montclair. Tied up at 14. This is that back and forth volleyball that we love in the end, Jack. I mean, Montclair dominated last year in the regular season, played really well. Only went to 5 sets against a couple teams. Stockton was one of those teams in the playoffs.
Net violation there gives Montclair the lead again, 15-14. Both of these teams are used to blowing out their opponent, but then when they play each other, it's always close, and it's never an easy battle for either side. Palmer strikes, and Cornelius couldn't block that one clean. Osprey's gained the point.
I think you're entirely right, Luke. I mean, both of these teams really just took out the brooms a lot during the year. And Montclair, as we said before in the pregame, 6-0 to start their year. Best start since 1998 when they went 13-0. This team is exciting to watch. And I mean, I remember years. Whoa, coming towards us.
Almost at our booth. Palmer yet with another point. The velocity on these kills, Vincent, just make it so difficult for anyone on the Redhawks to dig out. We saw previously that kill attempt from Batista, and somehow Lauer dug it out. It's going to be a great match from what we've seen so far in set number 1. Ways to go to get to number 25 to conclude set number 1.
Right. And I think the greatest thing about this team, especially from the volleyball standpoint, I mean, for Montclair, they had Leah Higgins and Carly Waterman in 2022. That's when they graduated. They were the top 2 kill leaders in Montclair State history. You lost them in year number 2. Sky Ramsey was their big player. And they bring on the freshman phenom from Colorado in Cameron Muse, who dominated last year and looks like the resurgence of the kill behavior.
Coach Stawinski did a great job. He brought reinforcements in, replaced players that some people maybe thought weren't replaceable. As Craig tried to spike there, she'll try a second time, and second time is the charm for Brianna Craig. Back and forth, Vincent. Nobody's been able to pull away so far. We had that early Stockton lead 3-0 run, and since then, it's been even. Merdick in the air. Nicole Palmer tips it over. They're going to call violation. Point in favor of Montclair State.
Now look at Muse serving.
Maybe a little bit of fuel for Montclair State going to the 2025 NJAC coaches poll in the preseason. Stockton was the predicted winner to win the NJAC this season. So if I'm Montclair State, I'm looking at that poll and saying, you know what, we're just as good as they are, and we want revenge from last season. As we see it's the first time out taken. I don't know, I think that stands out to me, and I think the players could use that to their advantage.
No, I think that's a great thing to look at. And also, you see that game against Rowan. I mean, Rowan was looking at them the same way. They said, you know, if you guys are supposed to be the champs, then why we're going to sweep you. We're going to come out and sweep you. And Montclair is showing, hey, we're going to play head to head with you. We're going to stay right close to you. There's not going to be any blowouts. Last year, in the playoffs of last year, 25-14 in that first set. Montclair doesn't look like that right now. Montclair looks like a dominant force, and so does Stockton. Both these teams look like they belong right here.
Redhawks got to be happy right now. Up 18-17 as the Redhawks are in their huddle. Stockton's doing their team chant right now. Both teams are really locked into this one. What have you seen so far? I asked you early on when Stockton took the lead, but now in the last few points, what observations have you been able to make?
Well, Luke, it looks like no team is ready to let up. Stockton made a little bit of an error that last time, and that's a good timeout by Coach Walker. But for Montclair, it's just staying on point. I mean, right now, you look at both these teams. Montclair has 8 errors, or Stockton has 8 errors to Montclair's 5. We've seen games before where Montclair has done really good in that first set in errors. The second set comes around and, wow.
Right out of the timeout, Jalen Grant firing. And that is how you do it out of the break to square it up at 18.
Now, Traska just kind of looked shocked there for a second. Just frozen. What's been really impressive is no team has really been able to find the campfire yet, but finding that middle spot. Both these defensive, constantly moving, constantly working around each other, never leaving in a spot entirely open.
Too strong there from Brianna Craig. Brianna Craig, 3rd on the team in kills with 82 and had a season-high 13 earlier in the year. If she can get her offense going, it could be a real threat. Way too strong on that one that time from Grant. She tried to go back-to-back in points. Now we're tied at 19.
Luke, this is just back and forth volleyball right here. Listen, you hit one, you put a little too much sauce on one, I'm going to put a little too much sauce on one. Back and forth. I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see more than 3 points in a row from either team.
I was going to say, when was the last time we've seen back-to-back points by a certain team? And yet again, we see the pattern continue. That was Nicole Palmer.
That is the announcer jinx right there. They find the campfire. Stockton finds it. They use it to their advantage. And look, right there, outsmarting your defense. Not as much using the power, just trying to outsmart your defense. And then a service error.
Palmer on the service error. Palmer's been amazing, though, offensively so far. 8 double-digit kill games in 12 games played this season, Vincent. Nearly every game she's had double-digit points. 20-20. We get closer to the end of set number 1. And miscommunication there gives Montclair State the point. I wonder if we're ever going to see back-to-back points again. Might not happen.
Coach Walker calling a timeout once again. She just didn't look happy after that play. I mean, a miscue, totally switching it up there. I don't blame her. I mean, that's something that you have to do. Really lock them in. You look how tight this game is. You don't want to let one team get on a run, especially this late in the set. It's right there. It's right there.
21-20, Redhawks lead. We've seen just about everything. Not a lot of errors. That's something that we usually see in these volleyball matches. The Redhawks have eliminated service errors. They've eliminated miscommunications in the middle of the court. They've looked perfect. They're letting Stockton come at them and earn their points. That's my biggest pet peeve. Don't give away free points. The Redhawks have done a great job today. Earlier in the season, some games I've been at here, they've given away a lot of freebies. See some of the highlights there, that kill earlier. And another talk from Coach Stawinski.
I have to say this, Luke. I mean, you look at your screen right now, folks. Montclair is typically a team that plays with a smile all over their face. They look locked in right now. It's not that I think they're down. I don't think they're down on themselves. They look locked in. They look like they want to win this. I mean, look right there. Cameron Muse and Bryn Bautista. Usually those two are smiling, joking around. We interviewed them on Hawk 60 on WMSC, our radio station here. They're roommates. They always love to have fun with each other. But right here, they're locked in. They're serious. They want this bad.
We even saw it in the pregame, in their warm-up, Vincent. Remember, you know how they're always usually jamming to the music, dancing, smiling, laughing. We saw all straight faces, nothing, no smiles. But that's not because they're not happy. They're so focused, and right now they're doing a great job. 4 points to go for Montclair to secure set number 1, but they have a lot of work left to do, and Stockton has a lot of time. Lauer try to go over DeProfio, and you're not going to have a lot of luck trying that. For DeProfio, 48 kills on the season, but a great defensive threat in front of the net, and you saw her that time make a play. Burton to Lauer. DeProfio tips it. Thomas somehow got it over the net. I don't know how she did it. Lauer tries again, and through the hands of DeProfio that time.
Lauer finds the campfire, goes through, but you got to give them credit. That was a great defensive effort by Sophia DeProfio and Lily Thomas. Wonderful at the net.
Kate Loucher with the kill. Batista digs it out. Cornelius sets it up. Muse fires. An amazing save from Nicole Palmer. And the Redhawks get the point.
I think Stockton is saying that was definitely not a hold.
Almost like a carry in basketball, similar to that was, I believe that was the call. 23-21, Redhawks almost there. As
Can't get ahead of yourself, though. I mean, they saw themselves in the same position in that last set of last year. And 1 point away from going to the final. Wow.
Hatcher tried to pull out her inner soccer skills. She kept it up.
Is that Emma Hatcher or is that, oh, I forgot his name. I was trying to make a soccer reference. I'd make you proud. I couldn't think of his name.
Stick to baseball, Vincent.
What's the, wait, what's the guy that bends it? David Beckham.
David Beckham.
Okay, I was going to say.
Mendick on the serve, dug out. Batista, Cornelius, Thomas fires, and an amazing force at the net. Layla Newborn, 23-22, Red Hawk lead.
Talk about power there. You got to really put a lot behind it to have it go that far behind you.
Set point for the Red Hawks potentially. Lauer keeps it alive. 23-24. Don't forget, could get to 25, but you have to win by 2.
Finds that left corner and just really utilizes it. That's impressive stuff. Quick timeout here.
A little bit of a discussion there from Coach Stawinski with the officials. I'm not sure what the issue is, but the Redhawks will use it to their advantage with a little team huddle. And Stockton back to their chance.
Ospreys is a hard word to spell out.
It is. Say that 5 times as fast.
Nope.
Okay.
Not gonna try.
Big point coming up here. Could be the Redhawks deciding set number 1 point. And they're actually going to take a quick timeout to discuss things over. You said it in the beginning as one of your keys. Set number 1's the most important.
It's got to be the most important. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Montclair, in their last 2 seasons, 10-3 this year. Last year, you look at this team, they're 21-8. So they have 31 wins in the last 2 years. In those 31 wins, 25 of them, they win the first set. Got to win the first set. They've only have 6 wins when coming from behind. It's not a comfortable space to be. You don't want to be there. You don't want to feel like you're down in the count.
You take a big weight off your shoulders winning the first set. The team that doesn't win the first set feels double the pressure in set number 2. Because you go down 2-0, you're not going to come back most likely.
It's a hard road to follow. Can't tell you the last time the Redhawks, or the Ospreys for that matter, could come back from down 2-0. Backs against the wall.
Still have yet to see a smile from the Redhawks. I'm wondering if it's going to be, if they win this first set, maybe that will be the first smile, or maybe at the end of the game, maybe they'll be serious the entire time. Whatever they're doing right now, it's working. They've matched the Ospreys' energy. Having that game and having that semifinal last year in your head does spark a fire, I would assume. Lauer. Cornelius in the air. Muse fires, and the Redhawks secure set number 1. There we go. There are the smiles.
There they are. That's the Redhawks that we know. But now you got to continue it. It's got to continue that streak. This was a really good set win for the Redhawks. I mean, 25-23. It's close. It's right there, Luke. And now it's continuing it. This Stockton team really, really looked like, hey, towards that end, if they didn't call a timeout, I don't know if the Red Hawks would have gone down that easy or would have won that easy. Now it's a chance of, hey, going back out there, can they make these moves? Can the Ospreys make these changes? I mean, you look back at it, Luke, they had 10 errors to their name and 2 service errors. That's not ideal for this Ospreys team. And you know that Coach Walker is telling them right now, hey, listen, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. That's not what are you going to do? Why are you doing that? Let's try to build upon it a little bit more, get a little bit cleaner. As for the Red Hawks, 6 errors isn't entirely bad. 0 service errors. I feel like that's the big number to look at. They were perfect from serving. Lucy Cornelius leads the team right now with 11 assists. And kills-wise, I mean, Cameron Muse with 5, Bryn Bautista with 2, Brianna Craig with 3, and Lily Thomas with 2 to her name. Thomas has looked really powerful out there. Those 2 kills specifically, dominant.
When we talk about underrated players, I think Lily Thomas and DeProfio are the ones that we forget about. They don't have the greatest stats, but if you're watching the game here, what they just bring to the front. And to your point, Vincent, 15 or double-digit errors. Stockton has 10. That's way too much for a championship caliber team. Way too much. Way too many.
I mean, they've now lost 4 straight sets in the NJAC play. Montclair, on the other hand, just broke their 3-set streak. Get one, try to build upon it. Get another one, try to build upon that. Keep on rocking and rolling.
So
See
far,
what they can do.
So far, looking at the box score, Cameron Muse leads the Red Hawks, 5 kills, and for the Ospreys, it's no surprises here. Lauer, as we look at some of the highlights, that was the set deciding point there from Cameron Muse. All smiles.
Lucy Cornelius, for a new player on this team, brings so much talent and morale booster to the team. And I think that those are 2 really big keys to Cornelius' play. Always playing with a smile. Team player. Now, of course, if you're in the position that Cornelius is in, you got to be a team player. But just incredible.
We know what that is. Little joke there. If you know, you know.
To our one and only Thomas Gaffney Jr. who's hopefully listening from home or sleeping.
Probably sleeping.
This one, a little bit of 6-7 magic for you, bud.
I think at least half of the audience saw that and knew right away. I didn't have to say anything.
I don't think you did need to say anything, but you did.
Almost ready for set number 2. Red Hawks lead 1-0. A sweep would be pretty impressive, but probably unlikely. Is it easy to say? Is it too simple to say that Stockton, if they could eliminate their errors, they could take set number 2?
I think it's entirely possible. Figuring out the defense, I think, is their biggest key to this second set. For Stockton, my big keys for them, limit errors as much as possible, figure out the defense, which they just did right there. Got started on the right foot.
To find a way to slow down Katie Lauer. If you're Stockton, keep feeding her the ball. Actually, welcome her back home to her hometown, Clifton, New Jersey as well. So what better place to do it than the place you grew up in? Cameron Muse. Spikes dug out by Murray. Palmer tried to spike. She tries it once again. Met at the net. Hatcher, one-hand dig, keeps it alive. Craig saves, and Muse hits it right over the net. Mendick. Wow. Clever, but just out of bounds. Fake set and just tapped it over the net. I love the idea, though.
Luke, that's the defense that Montclair has been really riding on right now. The DeProfio-Craig mix and then the Craig-Muse mix. It's a threat. The only thing that they beat them there because they were just able to poke it over, and I think that's how you're going to beat them. It's not by who's going to hit the hardest on a kill. It's going to be who's outsmarting the defense. Who's making them jump and throwing it over their head. Hatcher
Try to dig that one out. It'll hit the ground. So we start off the set number 2 with a 2-1 Ospreys lead. Newborn with the serve. Cornelius. Craig right down the middle. Successful. 2-2.
Craig getting all the love from her teammates there. Putting it where the defense can't find it.
How about the fire at the net? Brianna Craig on a roll right now. You can't stop her.
Wow.
And the bench loves it. Look at the Red Hawk coaching staff. Even Coach Stawinski breaking out the smiles.
Big smile across his face right now.
Cornelius. Cameron Muse. Dug out. Mendick saves it. Finds Palmer. And she's met at the net again. Brianna Craig right now is unstoppable, Vincent.
Whew. My goodness. I mean, talk about a hidden weapon right there. Not needing to just go to Muse, not needing to just go to Bautista. Hey, we got Craig. Did you study up on all three?
A lot of work to be done. The Red Hawks right now pulling away 5-2. 4 consecutive points actually. 4-0 run and a wise timeout there from Coach Allison Walker.
Now you just got to keep tempo. I mean, right here for Coach Walker, going into the circle, talk to her team here. This is an important time. Got to be able to really turn things around. Can you turn things around? Is it possible? It is. Got to get momentum back on your side. That's what Coach Walker does so well. And hey, you don't win 11 championships by just running through your opponents. You win it by being able to come back, by being able to recognize that you're down and fighting to go right back up.
It's way too early to panic right now. 5-2.
It is way too early.
The set is really early.
I mean, Luke, I'm not going to be surprised if we find ourselves in a 20-20 tie, just like we did last set.
For sure. We've seen both teams out of the timeout break. They've come in and really changed the way that they've played. I want to see if Stockton now could step it up. They're only a few points away to tie it up.
Some people like to call this a classic match. Radio so classic.
Good song.
Good song, right?
Well, the crowd can't hear the audience can't hear the song, but I love
I bet
it.
they can hear the song. I'll have to ask my producer Phil if they can hear the song on this one.
Not really, he said. I enjoyed the joke. Don't worry.
Thank you. Classic was playing. That's important to know.
Great song. Out of the timeout, 5-2 Red Hawk lead. And Cameron Muse resumes action. Palmer off the fingertips there. I think it was a little bit of Cornelius and Craig in the front.
Look, they have so much power. It's insane to watch. I mean, Palmer, a junior, Lauer, a senior. That is a lethal duo right there. It's hard to get past them. I mean, there's always players that I think, you know, you have to far away from just the power. But then there's other players that just, I have enough power, I can do whatever I want with it. I can break through a block because I know that I can do it. Other players smart enough to go over the hedge.
Talked about errors before for Stockton. Silly error there from Grant. How about the IQ on that play? Burton, I thought, was going to set it up to Grant, but she just faked it and tipped it over the net. Those are the plays that work the best. That's the only time you can really trick Montclair.
And I've seen that a lot from Cornelius, too, just being able to kind of flick it over you. Not really holding it or moving it, but flicking it. Switching up the defense.
Craig out, Thomas back in. Lauer. Wow, what a dig. Grant tips it over. Cornelius digs it out. Hatcher keeps it alive. And I don't know why everybody stopped. The Ospreys thought the play was blown dead. And Coach Walker can't believe it.
I don't blame Coach Walker here. That didn't seem like Lauer and Cornelius talking to the referee right now. Could not tell you exactly what happened, but Montclair's got the point. discussing things here.
Cornelius and the near side official discussing. Not sure what we missed there. Couldn't really tell. Also can't hear their conversation.
You can see it right now on your screen, though. If we have any good lip readers out there, I'd love to know.
Let us know.
Let us know. She's saying, I will get a mac and cheese after the game. Will you like to add barbecue sauce?
Lauren Summer into the game, and you saw her there on the serve. Batista dug out. Lauer over the top. Cornelius sets. Batista tips it over, and a diving Lauer couldn't keep it alive.
Wow.
7-4.
They have the perfect defense set up right now, too. Ooh, wow.
7-5. Stockton climbing back.
My goodness, if you watch that one, Lauer just gets up over the defense on that one. Really using her height to her advantage. That's terrifying. She got really high on that one.
Cornelius to Thomas. Dug out. Murray keeps it alive. Lauer over the top and just getting over the net. The Ospreys keep on getting closer.
Right there, 7-6. You're not going to see any blowouts here.
Cornelius, Batista. A nice effort from the libero. Helen Murray, just not enough on that one. I don't know how they even redirect that ball when it's hit so hard. Every time it shocks me. Tipped over the top, Cornelius. Hatcher, Muse fires. Still alive. Batista saves. Cornelius to Lily Thomas. Bodies flying everywhere, and the rally remains alive.
Wow.
Lauer. And they say it's in. What a rally there, and Stockton got a much well-needed point,
Hey,
and it was hard-earned.
Finds the outer half right in between Hatcher and Bautista and puts it in the perfect spot. None of them could have got there in time. But great defense on that play by Montclair. It looked like a little bit of miscommunication even on that play that bounced around until Muse was able, or until Cornelius was able to put it over.
There we see a service error from Reagan Mendick, the senior from Newark, Delaware.
Good eyes by a Hatcher on that one, just to recognize, hey, it's going over my head. I'm at the line right now.
And then a service error to return it to pretty much offset both of those points. That was Bryn Batista. Talk about the different areas that the Montclair team is from, different states around the West Coast, everywhere, or outside of the tri-state. Stockton's pretty much all from the East Coast, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. A couple players from Delaware, New Hampshire, Virginia, Maryland, nowhere too far. Meanwhile, the Redhawks have multiple players from Washington, the state. Cornelius saves, Muse fires, and dug out. Hatcher. DeProfio gets the kill. Montclair take the lead 10-9. Nice play. Quick subs rotating from Coach Stawinski. See DeProfio check out after that one.
Well, probably won't be long until we see her again.
Palmer saved. Cameron Muse, and kill number 150 on the season. Cameron Muse with another milestone, almost at 200 now, and another point for the Redhawks.
My goodness. I mean, Luke, you mentioned something really big there, 150 kills on the season. I know she's only a sophomore. she is quickly reaching that mark in a couple kills on it, a couple hundred kills more. She's very close to the 15th spot of Devin Johnston who graduated 2008 with 659 kills. Muse definitely going to make it into top 15. Montclair, wow.
Wow.
Outpowered the power.
We need a baseball reference here. We need the pitcher's gun on that one to get the velocity on that spike. Ouch.
My goodness.
These volleyballs are not hard, but I could imagine getting drilled with one like that. Palmer couldn't get it over the net. Redhawks go up by 3, 13-10 in set number 2.
And Luke, that really felt like a play that could ignite this team and put them on the track that they need to be. Muse, when she gets hot, it's hard to stop this team from rocking and rolling.
Palmer fires, met up at the net by a few Redhawks. Batista tries and gets a point. Montclair have found a rhythm once again. And a timeout called by Stockton. We've seen a pattern here in set number 2, Vincent. It's been Redhawks take the bigger lead, Stockton matches, and then the Redhawks take a lead, Stockton calls a timeout. We saw it twice now.
I think you're exactly right. I'm going to use a saying that my mom said when I was making chicken for her. Putting way too much pepper on it to handle right now. Way too much pepper to handle right now. Stockton, on that play, it's just too much to handle. And that's something that we saw that the Redhawks had to deal with in the last set. There was just too much going on for them. They were able to come out with the win. But there was so much happening there that it felt like, you know, the power was outmatching Montclair. Montclair was able to outsmart Stockton. But this set, and especially from the last timeout to this timeout, Montclair, the power from Muse, Bautista, even Craig, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And for Coach Stawinski, if I'm looking at this right now, I'm saying, wow, this is a team that, hey, last year we fought hard against Stockton, but we also didn't play the greatest in those 5 sets of action. I know we can do better. Hey, let's bring on Lucy Cornelius. Let's bring on Brianna Craig. Let's give Bryn Bautista a little bit more of a role, and let's take a little bit more pressure off of Cameron Muse. And that is how this team has been so elite. Not to mention, Emma Hatcher has been phenomenal. I know she had the service error, but she leads the NJAC in service aces. Phenomenal. That is what you want to have on your team. And you match it with DeProfio. You match it with Brianna Craig at the front and Lily Thomas at the front. This team is a threat to be messed with.
It's going to be a tough one to replace when she graduates. Emma Hatcher, a star, now a very much a leader for this Redhawk team. Another kill for Stockton. The biggest thing I'm looking at here, Vincent, where I could see the reason why Montclair is winning, 14 attacking errors for Stockton. It's way too sloppy. Redhawks have that number cut in half to 7. Those points add up.
And not to mention, Luke, in this second set alone, Stockton with 4, Montclair 1. Wow, and that right there is what I'm talking about, Luke. Bryn Bautista outsmarting the defense. Says, hey, listen, I know I have the power. I know that's what they're coming up to me to get. I'm just going to poke it over your head. I'm going to poke it over your head. There's clearly no one behind you, and I find that campfire right there. Boom.
It's a finesse. What a play. 15-11. Redhawks have 10 points to go if they want to take set number 2. Cornelius sets up Batista. That time too far on the outside. But again, the Redhawks have earned themselves enough of a cushion where they could afford to make an error or two. Not too many, though. You want to control those.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Stawinski probably isn't incredibly happy about it, but he understands, hey, listen, we're up 15-12 right now, although that's clearly nothing to be cheering about just yet. You got to wait till you get to the 25 mark, and you got to wait till you get farther than that 25 mark to really make a difference here.
(16-12). Lucy Cornelius ready for the serve. Burton over the top. Hatcher saves. Cornelius sets. Muse fires. Nice dig there. Lauer. Hatcher keeps it alive. Muse off the fingertips of the front line. Jalen Garant, and another point for Montclair.
And Luke, for me, all I'm going to say is about this team is that back line just scares me a little bit for Montclair. I mean, the spread out behavior, Hatcher's on one end, and Muse is kind of on the other end. They leave that big spot in the middle of it, and we saw that earlier with Bautista. And Hatcher, you just want to kind of condense it as much as you can without giving up too much space up front.
Scoreboard reads 17-13 Redhawks, and a bunch of Ospreys collide in the middle. Olivia Margro tried to keep it alive.
Luke, that's the ability to outsmart the offense, or outsmart the defense. It's impressive. It's something that we haven't seen that every team's able to do. Montclair is that team that's able to do it, and specifically, Bryn Bautista is that player that's able to do it. They're able to get the kill, but probably the softest kill. It's like the knuckleball. It's so rare.
We've seen a little bit of everything so far in today's match. The Profio met at the net. Not many times do you see force like that. And the Profio, the tallest one on the court, you think she would have it easy. The Ospreys won't make it easy for her. And a rather fortunate point, but that's how it works. Just hit the net, tipped over. And Stockton climbing back.
And Luke, sorry to cut you off. That's exactly what we were talking about. You don't want to get comfortable at any point. It's 18-16 right now. Montclair at one point had a 4-point lead.
What a dig. And they're going to blow the play dead, but I love the effort to keep it alive. At what point do you call another timeout here? You can't lose the set if you're the Ospreys.
It's a hard to call right now. I think if Montclair gets one more point, you have to say we need a timeout.
Time's running out. 19-16, Red Hawk lead. Lauer, precise. 19-17.
Though I apologize, 0 timeouts left for the Ospreys. Montclair still has 2 timeouts. If you're able to do it, I mean, Montclair really doesn't need to call timeout right now whatsoever. And I would say right now, in the position that they're in right now, I'm not calling timeout until I see something bad happen, because I don't want Stockton to get on a groove. I don't want them to find out what's missing there. And they call it right now.
Yep.
I mean, Montclair just gave up the last 3 points.
Yeah. I would have called it at 19-19, I was just going to say, but this isn't a bad one. Coach Stawinski doesn't want to lose the lead right now. I like that decision that he made.
I understand it. I think
19-18. I think set number 2 is the biggest one right now. You go down 2-0, good luck coming back.
Exactly.
If Stockton grabs this one, we're looking at a really, really nice matchup.
2 powerhouses, though, so far today. It's really been a battle of the power against the smarts. And on that play right there that we saw from DeProfio going up and just getting blocked right at the net, I think you look at that right now and you say, hey, listen, they have a really strong defense. They are very, very strong. We have to outsmart them. We have to be able to poke it over their heads a couple times. And, hey, yeah, we might get beat one time when we try to poke it over their heads, but at least get it in their mind that, hey, we're going to be doing this a lot. We have to also defend that, and then you could bring the rocket. Then you could uncork the screw. But right now, if you just keep on going up to the net, slamming it, Montclair's not going to get past them. Stockton has the power to get past Montclair. Vice versa, though, Montclair is smart enough to go around the defense, to find the open hole. I think that's what they do so good.
Big few points coming up here as we resume. Again, scores 19-18. Red Hawk lead. Katie Lauer deep for the Ospreys. Cornelius tipped over by Brianna Craig. Nice move there to get point number 20 of set number 2.
And look at that right there. Craig, once again, just going over. How are you going to get through the hill? Do you go through the hill? Do you go under the hill? No, just poke it over.
Merdick Fake set and tipped it over. It didn't trick the Redhawks that time. Mendick to Palmer. Redhawk point. Just 4 points away from set number 2. They get a little bit closer.
And Palmer there, I mean, NJAC Player of the Year from last year. Just trying to flick that one over. Doesn't work to her advantage, though.
Palmer met at the net. And look at Cornelius, fired up.
And blocked at the net there. Hey, Cornelius wasn't here last year, but she still says, hey, Player of the Year, we're going to shut you down twice. Not once, but twice.
She's one of the players that came from the other side of the United States, Washington. As we see a service error there. But Cornelius looks like already a leader. She looks more than comfortable. And this even goes back to the start of the season. And that's a really solid piece to have for the next couple years. A bright future ahead for her. Hatcher couldn't get it over. Cornelius keeps it alive, and Muse will save it. Looked like I was in from over here, but maybe I don't have a good angle.
I think unless something happened, I didn't see any reason to, although Coach Stawinski didn't say anything.
I think they blew the whistle dead before.
I'm going to go with Coach Stawinski's call on this one.
Muse, cross court. I love the idea, just a little too much on it.
And Luke, this isn't a comfortable situation to be in.
Stockton celebrating that one, that error by Cameron Muse. Cornelius. Muse that time gets payback. And no celebrating from the Stockton bench on that one.
Wow. Still 2 points. I got to be honest, Luke. 2 points or 4 points, it both seems like a mile. I mean, both these teams battling so hard. Doesn't seem like it's going to be very easy to come by.
Batista met at the net by 2. Palmer keeps it alive. Mendick back to Palmer. Hatcher digs it out. Tipped over the top. Very easy there from Jalen Grant. An accidental offensive attempt from the Redhawks turned into a lost point. 23-22 Montclair. What a crazy set it's been.
Luke, this is what legends are made of. Just coming down to the wire.
Craig with the punch. Palmer digs it out. Back to Palmer. Cornelius. Muse over the top. A nice rally once again. We've had a few of these so far. And the play was blown dead. Point to the Redhawks. Now 1 away from set number 2. Not sure what the call was there. I don't have quite the view as well. I have the referee right in front of me, so stuff close to the net, I don't have as great of a view.
But now just game point for the Redhawks. That's all that matters right now. Find a way.
Game point for set number 2. Vincent said it. You heard him. And that will do it. Set number 2 goes to the Redhawks. They are up 2-0, 25-22. So you're going to have Montclair in set number 1, 25-23. And now in set number 2, 25-22. Both times it was close, but the Redhawks got the last laugh.
Luke, that is electric. Back and forth and back and forth. The thing that took Stockton out of this one was the attack errors. But Montclair had the equal amount. 6 and 6 for both teams. It's a big step up from the 10-6 that they had last time. So Montclair staying kind of consistent there. And I feel like we could see that throughout the match or throughout the set. Stockton, though, takes back theirs a little bit. Still, they're right there. And I think Coach Walker right now knows that they're better than this, knows that they can limit them even more, and just has to continue to do that. Service errors for me has been a big thing, but Montclair had 3 compared to Stockton's 2. I don't know what to tell you. The defense by Montclair in that set was electric. It was everything that they needed. 4 blocks for them compared to Stockton's 1 in the second set. Luke, I think you said it best earlier, too, that down by 2 now. They're in a hole. They're in a deep hole. Compared to Montclair, sitting right there, ready to go.
Best of 5 sets. You got to win 3 in a row now. Can't lose a single one. And you're right, Stockton's going to be, if they lose this one, especially if they get swept, you know how angry and frustrated they're going to be. You said it in the pregame. Talent-wise, these two teams are, in my opinion, on par with one another. I don't think the Redhawks are a sweep better than Stockton. They've showed it in the first 2 sets that they're very close. But right now, score reads 2-0. They don't care about how good the rosters are.
No.
Gotta go out here and do it.
Listen, just like baseball, if you hit an infield single, it's a line drive in the books. Just in volleyball, hey, listen, you could be playing, you could lose 25-14, you could lose 25-23 in a set. Still a win for the other team in the book. Got to come back, got to look stronger. Stockton right now, especially with the player of the year last year in Nicole Palmer. Or I apologize, in Katie, in Nicole Palmer, 20 for 24, player of the year, first freshman ever voted NJAC player of the year, as you said earlier, Luke. I mean, can it happen again? Can it continue?
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Vincent.
Hit me.
What happens in set number 3?
Set number 3, I think it's going to stay just as close, but I got to be honest here. They've been knocking at the door a lot. Haven't gotten an answer yet right now. The errors haven't been on their side. I think they're coming in just as strong right now. Would not be shocked if Stockton's able to take this set away. I don't think they're going to win the match entirely, but I do think, and look, Coach Walker right now, pointing to the sky right there, getting ready here. Ospreys enter the field again, but I mean, this is the lineup you want. You want Lily Thomas in the front. You want to have DeProfio and Muse in the front with her. And you love to have Hatcher and Bautista in the back. Match it with Cornelius. Yeah. This is a good lineup for the Redhawks. But going up against, again, a threat in the Ospreys. A threat. They played in the wild card, or they played in the wild card last year, and then they played in the semifinals, and they would go all the way to the finals. Didn't win the finals. It's their second year going to the finals and losing. They've got big intentions this year to continue what they've done already.
See, Lily Thomas, Emma Hatcher, Cameron Muse ready to begin set number 3. Both teams are ready. And to kick it off, Reagan Mendick on the serve. Stockton need everything they can get now, as they have nothing left to spare. Thomas, dug out. Mendick in the air. Stockton fire, and DeProfio couldn't get it clean.
The block there, and that's what they've done every set so far. Come out strong. They've gotten the opening point. They haven't gotten the closing point yet. They're waiting for that moment.
Muse fires, dug out. And easy point there.
And Luke, all I'm going to say is I don't think either of these teams have really broken down. I think it's been more of one team has found a little bit more of a groove for a point or two, and then they go right back to even. And I think that's what's so electric about this matchup. They're evened up.
Yeah, both teams have been very solid out of the timeout breaks, as mentioned. You're right, one team goes up 3 or 4, and then they come back. As big point there for Stockton, I'll tell you that much. 2-1 lead for them now in set number 3. If you're just joining us late, Redhawks took set number 1 and set number 2. The scores were 25-23 for the first set and 25-22, almost identical.
A little miscommunication there by Bautista and Hatcher. And Coach Sawinski there is just saying, got to call it a little bit more, got to back up a little bit more if you're Hatcher and kind of call it off. That's your ball.
Muse across court. I don't know how that was dug out by McKenna Ritchie. And a diving Craig couldn't keep it. 4-1. Now, we talked about the patterns we've seen. Is this where Montclair come back and tie a 4-4?
I don't know just yet. I mean, Stockton looks like they're on an absolute roll right now. They just need to, Montclair just needs to find themselves and kind of tighten up a little bit, and that's how you do it. Not exactly.
They called it just outside the line. I thought the Profio almost got it in, and she just missed it. An error for her, for the Profio. 50 kills on the season. And you can make that 51 if she gets that point. 5-2 in set number 3. It's a start. He's got to keep climbing back. Got 1 point back. Keep it going.
That's exactly right, Luke. It's just going to be, can you build upon that? Are you able to continue to build?
Sounds simple, but I think this sport also has a big confidence aspect to it. And you see Cameron Muse there, just automatic every time.
Finds the hole, puts it right there. And that's right, Luke. I think why this has been so back and forth is because it's not that one team is really stagnant, is bad and then good and then bad and then good for a point. It's that they're both battling, and right there, wow, Brianna Craig outsmarts Stockton's defense.
The reason why I say that, it reminds me a lot of golf. You have time in between plays to think about messing up. And if you don't get the mistakes out of your head, you're never going to clean up what you have to do. I think volleyball as well gives you time to overthink in between the serves. Muse tried to meet the Ospreys at the net. She will not get the point.
And I think on that one, Muse just mistimed it a little bit. Wasn't entirely ready just yet.
6-4 lead for Stockton. Muse dug out, and it stays in. Mendick keeps it alive. Lauer tips it over. Cornelius to Muse. They try it again. And I cannot believe the defense right now from Stockton. Craig just got it inside the box. The precision on that one.
Oh, Luke, I mean, Coach Walker might have a really good case on that one. That looked like it was out the line. I don't know about you.
A lot of athletes in the building. We have field hockey, softball, men's soccer. A lot of athletes always come support, especially at Panzer. This place gets packed. Wait for basketball season if you want to see an amazing atmosphere.
How loud this place can get. I mean, I can't hear you right now, but I could barely hear you. I don't think I'll be able to hear anything in a little while.
Another point there for Stockton.
Wow.
And passion from Nicole Palmer.
And Luke, this is the Stockton team that we knew in years past. A team that isn't going to take their foot off the metal. And that's what they've been doing in this set right now. And that's why it's been so uncharacteristic for them this game.
Muse that time a little short. 9-5. Stockton right now have been in the driver's seat this whole set. They have ways to go to get back, but right now doing the right things. I wonder when Coach Stawinski will take his time out. You would assume it's any point now if Stockton add to the board.
I think it's got to be sooner rather than later. And if I'm coach, I got to call one.
Should have called now.
I'm thinking about a timeout right now.
And there it is. Yep.
Good call by Coach Stawinski. Just got to regroup them. Just got to get up back on the same page.
He's not happy right now, and he expects more out of his team. They showed what they could do. 10-5 in set number 3. 2-0 Red Hawk lead through the first 2 sets. Vincent, what have the Red Hawks done differently so far that has made them behind so far?
Look, I've just seen some communication errors on their part. Haven't really been able to. I mean, I feel like the biggest point here is that ball that went back to Hatcher and Bautista. And Bautista kind of swatted it, and it was misplayed. Just miscommunications there. That was Hatcher's ball. You got to give it to Hatcher. And Bautista knows that. I mean, they've been over this a million times. You don't go 6-0 to start off a season because you don't know communication. You go 6-0 to start your season because you know this team. You know how you work together. Now, continuing this,
(10-5) in set number 3. Cornelius. Now Stockton getting ready on the offense. Lauer met by Cornelius. Brianna Craig was there as well to assist.
Whoa.
Man.
Oh, my goodness. She can do it all.
That was my reaction.
These players know how to do everything. Cornelius gets up there for a block.
She's the shortest player right now on the court, and that vertical was very impressive right in front of our booth.
You wouldn't know it by the stat sheet, I can tell you that.
Batista paints the corner. Point number 7, now 10-7 in set number 3. A lot of points to go around, Vincent. That was your second key. Spread it out. They have done that.
I have to say, for Cornelius, we've mentioned it a couple times now today. Something that a coach can't teach you, it's just given to you, is the infectious behavior and infectious, what's the word? Not happiness, serotonin that you give your team. And Cornelius, I mean, she gets a kill, she's jumping up and down. You gotta love every moment of this. I mean, we know we're seniors. It goes by very quickly.
It does.
Gotta love every moment.
Thomas, too strong on that one. Actually, they say that they tipped it, and the referee calls it. 11-8. Stockton Ospreys lead in set number 3.
Still up by 3, and then 11-8 lead right now for Stockton. Gotta come back here. Gotta find a way to come back.
Off the fingertips of Hatcher. Now 12-8. As long as Montclair could stay within 4, in my opinion, I think they'll be all right.
I think you're right, Luke, but I really think that this team is waiting to explode right there. Wow.
Nice there from Bryn Batista.
Just able to flick that one. Doesn't even have to jump for it. It looked like she's able to trick the defense because it looks like you're going to go up and make this big play, and then just bang.
Doesn't have to be fancy. Palmer, the Profrio sets. Cornelius to Muse. Off the net. Stockton still playing around with it. And that time Lily Thomas could not hit it over the net. 13-9. Lily Thomas, big point there to get to double digits now. As she'll check out, Brianna Craig in for her. And now within 3, 13-10. Stockton ahead, Emma Hatcher ready to serve. Thomas, net violation. Another Red Hawk point, now within 2. 13-11, Vincent, I'm telling you, that being down 4 points is the best Montclair could do without letting it slip away. They've climbed back already.
But they're right here right now. And, hey, wisely, Coach Walker sees a little bit of a momentum change. And all of a sudden, you have to call a timeout here. You have to try to figure things out. And you have to try to stop the momentum from Montclair. 13-11 right now. Stockton was still with the lead. We've seen how timeouts can change momentum. You see how a little bit of a break can change momentum. I mean, all around sports. You take too long of a break and it's all different now. Baseball, everybody always says the bye now in baseball it doesn't help a team, it hurts a team. And that's what these small little breaks do sometimes for a team. It takes one team has momentum. The other team says, hey, I'm going to take a timeout. Maybe not as much as to regroup my team, but say, hey, listen, now you're really stagnant right now. Now you're listening to instructions. You're trying to take in all this information, and you're forgetting about how good you were doing a second ago.
Yep. Some teams, though, benefit from the rest. It depends what team you're talking about. That was the one thing I always think about with the try matches at volleyball. There's always the team that played game 1 might not play until game 3. You play a full match, and then you have a 2-hour break. Red Sox took the lead on the Yankees. That's great. It's a score update for you in case you're watching. You're tuned in to us instead of the MLB playoffs. We appreciate you joining us.
Hey, you want to know what, Luke? A lot of things are going on tonight. MLB playoffs going on right now. Dodgers, Reds are going to happen in a little bit. Yankees, Red Sox, big rivalries going on right now. For our dancing fans, Dancing with the Stars is happening right now. But we all know that the biggest thing happening in any home on this side of the U.S. is NJAC volleyball, Stockton Ospreys against Montclair State Redhawks, right here on the Redhawks Sports Network with yours truly, Vince Bacone, and the wonderful Luke Sirianni.
Well, it could be the biggest event because Montclair just tied at 13-13. They were down by 4, and that rally back has now put Montclair square in set number 3. Off the hands of Cornelius. What an offensive strike there. Riley Wilson on it for Stockton. 13-14.
Listen, Luke, some say that you need to tune into Disney Plus to see Dancing with the Stars, but I know that the real stars are playing on the court here at Panzer.
The Profio, that time couldn't get it over the net. Lauer right there.
This team is scary, and the scariest thing about them is Montclair, they are spreading around the wealth. They have their top 3 players, Craig, Bautista, Muse. Those are their kill leaders. For Stockton, they only need 2 players to go through. Lauer and Palmer are all you need right now.
Redhawks get the point there, but that was all McKenna Ritchie on the slide, on the one-hand dig. Wow. Some very athletic. We've seen a lot of athleticism here. The digs are always the most impressive when I watch volleyball. And then a silly error there for Stockton. And that's the reason why they are down 2-0. A lot of freebies given away.
Luke, this match is like a seesaw back and forth. No team clearly has the lead, and no team clearly is winning everything.
Lauer, dug out by Batista, and a little too far on the net for Grant. Grant finishes the play. 16-15, Stockton lead. Guys, the numbers keep going back and forth. That scoreboard is never consistent. And it's like you said, it's not constant either with how it changes. Well, now it is. One point to the other. They alternate. Muse met at the net. Cornelius. And I got my first touch on the volleyball of the day. I knew I would get my touch in.
Our cameraman James Pinter.
Well done, James.
Almost got hurt there for a second.
He didn't even see it coming. Muse with the strike, and I had the magic on that ball, so I contributed to that point.
But the Sirianni touch.
Gave it back to my man Andrew, who's the ball man tonight, and then he gave it back to Montclair. 17-16. Stockton ahead by 1.
Right there. Leading by 2 now, 18-16. Muse tried to get that one.
There you see the scoreboard right there. Stockton up by 2 in set number 3. Very rare failed dig by Cameron Muse.
Luke, I'd have to go back, and I honestly will, but up by 3 right now. It's the largest lead since very early in this set. Montclair has been minimizing it like crazy. Still looking for their first lead in this set.
Another big point there. Kate Lauer, 20-16. Stockton have been the closest they've made it to winning the set as Montclair trailed by 4. They lost with 23 points in the first set and lost with 22 in set number 2. Now they're in the driver's seat, and now a few points away, 1 point closer to that number 25. A very much needed timeout here from Coach Stawinski. A lot to fix, Vincent.
A lot to fix right now. It looks like they've kind of been off cue, and it doesn't look like right now Montclair's overpowering them. It more or less looks like Stockton is catching up on their errors. This set alone, I mean, Montclair, 6 errors, and what did we say? Stockton needs to limit those errors. That's exactly what they did. 3 right now. Been a very good set for them. And at full power, this is that Stockton offense that we know. This is how dominant we know them to be. This is what we saw in the NJAC playoffs last year.
And the number, and what we talked about between the first 2 sets, Vincent, the number has drastically changed. Stockton has only had four errors since we last said, and now Montclair is at 18. Too many errors to go around. A lot of freebie points have been given back to Stockton, and we see how that's resulted. 21-16 right now in set number 3. Montclair trailing by 5. They haven't trailed by 5 yet. It's their furthest point, and now they're chasing Stockton. Cornelius. Hatcher. Cornelius. Muse charges. Dug out.
Wow. My God, talk about power.
Lauer over the top, and she strikes. Stockton Osprey bench loves it. 22-16. Wow. And it all started with the acrobatic play from McKenna Ritchie.
Power on power here. My gosh. Montclair's got a big hole to come out of.
Batista, another solid dig. That time from Summer. And another point. You can't stop the Stockton team right now. I think it's safe to say this set will not go your way. You're going to have to go into set number 4 with a strong mentality. 23-16.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though. I mean, you want to face the best competition because you have to beat the best competition to win an NJAC chip. And that's what Montclair's doing right now. Showing that they are and showing that they can be. Wow, nice dig from Cornelius on that one.
Palmer charges over the top. Batista digs it out. Cornelius sets. Craig finally breaks that run from Stockton.
Stops the bleeding momentarily on that one, Luke.
And to your point, the Redhawks worked hard to win the first 2 sets where you could afford to drop set number 3. It's not normal to get a clean sweep every time. And the service error there from Hayden Newhouse. And that was her first time into the game, and now she'll check out.
Big hole, Luke. A very big hole. Can they dig their way out?
24-17, Stockton 1 point away from grabbing set number 3. Lauer on the serve. Cornelius. Muse spikes, and she's met at the net. The Ospreys keep the sweep. They cancel it. They will not get swept tonight. So now the Redhawks go up 2-1 in all the sets. A big set number 3 for Stockton. They stay alive for at least 1 more.
An importantly big set for Stockton. They can't get swept twice can't get swept twice in your NJAC openers. But they win their first set, now 1-5 in sets in the NJAC. Can they go 2-5 to tie this one up here? Luke, I mean, crazier things have happened. We have said, though, digging yourself from 2-0 out is pretty hard. Winning a game.
Well, you know what? Stockton grabbed one back after being down 2-0. You got to think now that they have the confidence to say, you know what? We did it once. Why not do it again? Let's tie this one up 2-2. Jump around.
Yes. By House of. Nope, now I have to look it up. Give me a second.
Give me that artist. 2-minute break here before we begin the fourth set. Again, best of 5 if you're just joining us. Montclair State won set number 1, 25-23. Set number 2, 25-22. And Stockton just stole their first set from Montclair to avoid the sweep.
House of Pain.
House of Pain.
Yes. House of Pain. Jump around. I don't know if our audience can hear this one, but
it's a little louder than the last one.
Kind of.
A little bit. All right.
Our producer, Phil Eller, is just kind of giving me a shaky hand there. And,
Tim
of
Glassell.
course, our amazing one and only Tim Glassell.
2024 broadcast intern in the building. An amazing hooper, by the way.
2024 Mr. Volleyball.
He was Mr. Volleyball.
He was Mr. Volleyball.
But if you know him from intramurals, from dropping 45 points, you also might know him from that. And he probably came right from the rec based on how he's dressed. He always gets the work in.
Probably did. Doing his research. Tim actually used to tell me, a fantastic guy, and really, I mean, we were juniors last year when he was with us, and even a guy that was there just for a year, so much mentorship from him, such a great guide and mentor to us. We miss you, Tim. You're sitting in the bleachers right now with a blue shirt. You don't hear us, but we see you.
One more thing about Tim. Fun fact that just makes me laugh every time. We have all of our stuff typed. This man will handwrite in his notebook. He'll write 4 pages of notes for a broadcast. I'm like, good for you, because I can't be doing that myself.
I get hand cramps with 1 page.
Ready for set number 4. Montclair lead 2-1. Best of 5. First to 3 sets would win. But Stockton aren't done just yet. I'm really curious how they begin this one here. The whole time they dominated pretty much. Once they got to around that 15 mark, there was no coming back from Montclair.
Can they answer it? Can they answer the call?
And a rough error to begin. Olivia Magro. I love the effort from the outside hitter, Reagan Mendick.
And Luke, right now, you got to feel very confident. If you're Montclair, this is your time to strike. This is your time to get in it, because Palmer is not on the court. Nicole Palmer, now 9th game in 13 games played this season with double-digit kills.
Muse finds the open spot in the court. And I thought that time Richie would make another acrobatic dig.
Luke, right there, they are figuring out the little flick over. Riley Wilson staying back on that one, able to read it and just tap it over. 2-2. I was a little worried for a second because in the pregame we did say that there was no way this is going 3 sets. Happy to say that we've been treated to a very good match today. And a good try there, but can't get anything done.
Off the net there, service error. Now we're tied at 3. 3-3 in set number 4. When Montclair could get that, when Montclair are trailing and they tie, they end up striving, and maybe now is the time that they could break free a little bit. Too strong on that one. Now Redhawks in the lead, 4-3. Lower with another point, 4-4. Wow. Seems like an even one. It's like almost, it reminds me of set number 1.
And Luke, I think this is where it gets a little uneven. Now you're matching Lauer up again with Palmer. Can put him on both ends, and now blocking becomes a real issue. My big question here is not using DeProfio. Good power up front. Instead going with Cornelius, who is incredible at her position, but is a lot shorter than DeProfio.
Palmer met by Bryn Batista. Wow.
And here comes DeProfio in for Traska.
DeProfio back in. So for the Redhawks, Muse, Hatcher, Batista, DeProfio, and Lily Thomas. As we see a service error that time. All tied at 5 now.
A little home run celebration. No bat flips in the end, Jack.
No, there's not.
Just big swings.
Thomas across the court, off the palm of Palmer, and a point. 6-5. Muse.
Wow.
Tipped it over. That's where DeProfio comes in.
Fantastic play by DeProfio. And that's a play which a lot of other players on both rosters can't make. Jumps over, tips it down just a little bit. They were reading it off the net. DeProfio said, I'm just going to take it before it gets there.
DeProfio on it again. Set up in the air. Magro met at the net. The presence of Sophia DeProfio is not going unnoticed. And they kept it away from her that time. Too strong, though. Montclair up 8-5.
Luke, I mean, Stockton, and wise timeout by Stockton there. But listen, Stockton brings in Nicole Palmer. Coach Stawinski says, we're going to try to even you up. We're going to try to match power with power here. Let's bring in DeProfio. And I think that was the right move. Cornelius up front was doing a really good job blocking, but you bring in DeProfio, you have that edge a little bit that you were able to put it over. You can read it before it gets to where it's going, and I think that's why she is so good at her position. And the improvements that we've seen her make year in, year out, and you look at these replays here, big point there, but the bigger block. And Bautista showing all the emotion there on that one.
You said it before, though. We saw how the set changed when DeProfio came back in. You said, where is she? She came in and then made a difference. Montclair are up 8-5. It's their largest lead in the set, and it's for a reason.
I think that she's just exciting to watch. And I think she's an underrated player because she doesn't get the kills. Because, you know, she's not going to slam it down like Muse is, or she's not going to be the big assist like Cornelius is, but she is going to defend, and she's going to defend the front line better than probably anyone else we've seen.
Magro over the top. Thomas met her at the net, and that time, some amazing defense from Lily Thomas. She had a season-high 8 kills 2 times, but her presence is at the net, as mentioned. Magro tries it again off the fingertips of DeProfio. Cornelius to Muse. And tipped over again. Lily Thomas, back-to-back points. 10-5, Redhawks.
Thomas and DeProfio up front. Luke, a lot of teams are going to be looking at, hey, they have Bryn Bautista, they have Cameron Muse. You look at Brianna Craig, you look at Lily Thomas, and you look at Sophia DeProfio up front. They're hidden weapons for Coach Stawinski that he is using to his advantage. Cornelius is another threat that people are going to be able to figure out because she is so electric. But you match that defense in the front. Stockton takes that timeout looking for a little bit of a rush through their veins. Hasn't been getting it.
12-5. And a timeout by Stockton. So now 7-point lead, Vincent, for the Redhawks. And as mentioned, this is the last set that Stockton would have if they were to lose. So I wonder what they're talking about now. Whatever they did in set number 3 worked.
I feel like they were really felt like they were put up against the walls there. Pressure makes diamonds, but pressure can also break a lot of things. And that's what we're seeing right now. It doesn't look like they're in that same zone. Are they able to get back to that zone? Absolutely. I think that you put them there right now, they'll be all right. Oh, wow.
Andrew, he's on the Ryder Cup trip with me. Look at his juggling.
My goodness.
Well done, Andrew. Give you a shout out on the call. That was good. That was good. That was a good intermission timeout.
And we'll look at these
Andrew
replays.
the juggler.
Yeah, look at DeProfio and Thomas. That is resilience up front.
Cornelius cross court to Muse, who gets the kill. Now an 8-point cushion. Montclair's largest lead of the day by a mile.
Luke, how do you match power? You put a little bit more on it, and then you call it your own.
Batista there just a little bit late on the punch. Coach Stawinski says it's okay. It is okay. You're up by a lot right now. And
you don't want to
Stockton
get
has a ton of
comfortable,
work.
though. I got to be honest, Luke. Even with this 7-point lead right now, you don't want to be comfortable. You don't want to act comfortable. Montclair, why were they so aggressive in those first 2 sets? Because it always seemed like they were playing like it was 23, like it was 24-23. You needed that last point. You have to play until the last point.
Lily Thomas gets another point. Montclair have double of what Stockton have. 14-7 on our scoreboard. Again, 4th set. 2-1 Redhawk lead in the sets. It is sudden death for Stockton. Burton sets it up. Marco tips it over. Batista dives head first to save it. And another easy tip-in for Grant. I feel like she's had a few easy points so far today.
I mean, Cornelius was right there. I think it just caught her off guard for a second there. All I'm going to say is I'm not a very good lip reader, but I'm pretty sure I just saw Lucy Cornelius say, trust this one, and told it to Brianna Craig. Maybe trying to try something new here.
Nice dig there to keep it alive. Hatcher digs it out. Cornelius. DeProfio. Stockton really organized on defense. And then another violation. Red Hawk point. She was right. If you read her lips right, she was right.
Well, they definitely tried something. I don't know if it was new. They went back to Muse, but they definitely put it out there. I think it was more motioning Craig towards the middle and then passing it backwards to Muse, which was different in their approach.
A failed attempt there from Riley Wilson to put it over the net. 16-8, the Redhawks foot on the gas. Too strong on that one.
Just like Mama Pacone always says, too much pepper on that one, Vincent.
That's where you got it from.
Please stop cooking.
Lauer over the top. And Brianna Craig, hands straight up, clean defense.
Oh.
They're going to have an official meeting. They originally gave the point to Montclair, but...
Well, we're about to see a replay of this one. Or here's the referees talking it over. It really did look like that was Montclair's point.
And the call will stand. 18-8.
I didn't really understand why that one went to Stockton to begin with, but I mean, Coach Sawinski did the right thing. I'm saying you gotta wait a second. Talk about that, please.
7 points away from set number 4, and actually make that 6. 19-8. What does Stockton have to do right now, Vincent? They are really slipping up. Grant.
Wow.
Blocked by Muse. Grant over the top, and she can't get it over the net. 20-8. And Montclair now hitting the dance moves.
I would be too.
That is crazy.
You ever have like a wool knit sweater?
Yeah, I've never seen somebody do it in an arena before, but yeah.
I have to say, Luke, I haven't seen anything like that. My dad, though, Louis Pacone, giving you a shout out here. My dad used to come to my baseball games, read a book in the audience, and then after the game would say, you know, Vincent, could you do me a favor next time? Could you ask the players to quiet down a little bit? I'm trying to read my book in the stands.
He does that at MLB games too, doesn't he?
He does that at MLB games too.
21-9. 4 points away from the Redhawks winning the entire match. Craig met at the net. She tries it again. Dug out nicely by Richie. Lauer fires, and Lucy Cornelius is fired up, as she should be. A powerhouse on defense. I just can't believe with her size how she's able to succeed in the front of the net. It's been working all day. 21-10. Craig gets it and executes. 22-10.
Luke, this is the Red Hawk offense that we know. And they're on an unbelievable streak right now because it looks like they're working on all cylinders. It looks like Stockton isn't in a comfortable position right now.
Muse. Batista over the top. It stays alive. Hatcher starts the offense. Cornelius sets. Craig fires and executes. Montclair now 2 points away from winning the set.
Now they are right there. Can they continue to execute? Can they continue to be the team that Stockton did not expect them to be?
Batista succeeds, and now the match point for the day. 24-10, the scoreboard reads.
Batista's 9th kill now. Wow.
Stockton keep it alive.
Really wonderful save there.
Brianna Craig over the top, and Stockton live one more round at least. 24-11. Back to serve, Helen Murray.
Double their score.
In the air, Cornelius sets it up. Muse fires. It stays alive. Meredith in the air. Lauer over the top,
Wow.
and Stockton stay alive, Vincent.
They're battling. It just feels like it might just be a smidge too late, Luke. It's right there, but it's a smidge too late. Can they continue? And right there, that just feels like a fitting end.
That is the end of the game. The match is over. Montclair State win the set 25-12. And I'll give you the scores here from each one. 25-23 in set number 1. 25-22 in set number 2. 25-17 in set number 3. And 25-12 in set number 4. Redhawks 3-1 win on the sets. And talk about payback against the Ospreys. It's pretty amazing.
I mean, Luke, this is the battle of two teams. This is a playoff matchup that we could be seeing in the future. My goodness. They are powerful. Both of these teams showed a lot of fight. And listen, Stockton didn't go down the way they wanted to, but they fought so hard. They really did good on every aspect of the game. But I think, again, it was the errors. They shot themselves in the foot, wasn't powerful, wasn't able to be heard. Now you look at them. You look at them now, and they are in a very good position for Montclair. This Montclair team looks really powerful, looks like they could really be able to do it. Continue that in the future. They beat Stockton like this. Can they go up and beat more teams like this? I think it's entirely possible.
And all the coaches that voted that Stockton are going to win the NJAC, I wouldn't be so sure about that. You got to keep Montclair in the back of your mind now. We're going to have an interview in just a moment, waiting on who. So we're going to have a Red Hawk player join us. And it looks like it'll be Brianna Craig, potentially. It will be Brianna Craig.
Or Coach Sawinski, somebody is going to pick up the mic.
Brianna, welcome.
Welcome to the Red Hawk Sports Network.
Amazing win today.
Thank you.
Talk about the match today. What went into it today to win?
A lot of hard work, a lot of hard work at practice, a lot of communication. So yeah, I think the girls played really good today. We really played complete, so yeah.
And Brianna, you and Cam had both 10-plus kills to your name. I mean, you were the two big killers today. What can you say, first of all, about this Stockton defense? Were they able to shut you down? How were you able to get around them?
Well, aim where the hands aren't. That's kind of where my mindset is. And maybe even aim for the hands, but kind of in a way where it would go out. So, yeah, really just, seeing the open court and really just hitting there. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
How big was this win today? You now have NJCU up next, who are first place in the NJAC. Such a big win against a big rival, Stockton. What does that mean for you guys going forward?
It means a lot. This win was everything. Yeah, so we have to keep it going. We're not going to, die down. We have to keep up the energy, keep up the pace, and we'll be good for the season.
And I have to ask, kind of topping off on Luke's question here. I know you weren't on the team last year for the playoffs, but Montclair loses to Stockton last year in the playoffs. How big is a win like this, 3-1, plus you go up 2 sets early on in this? How big is a big win like this for this Montclair team, and how much momentum do you feel now?
Yeah, it's definitely kind of our get back from last year, even though I wasn't here. But, yeah, we have to keep up this pace because, in the playoffs we might see them again. So we lost to William P., last week, and then won now to Stockton, and that's exactly what happened last year. So I hope we can keep up the momentum.
Last one from me. I read earlier the coaches at the start of the year picked Stockton to win the NJAC. That was a coach's poll. Was that brought up at all? And if it wasn't, does that surprise you at all? You guys made a huge statement here. The rest of the conference now is really paying attention.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that, but hey, they're a good team. I'm not gonna say they're not, but I could really see that, and I feel like we just wanted it more. It's really about who wants it more, who has more energy, who really, really wants it. So that's what I would say.
And you talk a little bit about energy there. Can you talk about your teammate, Lucy Cornelius? It looked like every play she was jumping up and down.
Yes, I love that girl. She's, a freshman, but she really came in strong, and really all her energy is just amazing, and she's an amazing player. So I'm really glad that, we have her with us.
Brianna, thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck, and we can't wait to watch the playoffs here. You guys look really good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, that was Brianna Craig. You mentioned to Vincent what a great game she had, and a lot of real happy post-game interview as well. Smiles, beat a huge rival team. I mean, and she seems proud of her teammates.
And she seems proud to be a Red Hawk. I mean, the transfer from Westchester, now here at Montclair, has been really incredible. Now it's a question of how does this team keep going in the NJAC? Are they able to go on the same run that they did last year? They were put in the same position last year. They went 7-1 in the NJAC. Can they do that again this year, or do they find a little bit more struggles? I got to tell you one thing right now. Not every game is going to be as smooth as this one, but the other thing I have to say is Montclair, this team, it was 3-1 on paper. It was a hard-fought battle. Hard-fought battle in reality. And if you don't look through the scorebook, if you don't watch the game, I don't think you'll see that. But this one is definitely go down in the books as one of the greatest NJAC battles we've seen in Panzer.
The last set was the only one that had a very lopsided game. Looking at some of the highlights here, that was the Bryn Batista block.
I think Bautista on that one, you love to see the emotion. I mean, when we were talking to Brianna Craig about the emotion from this team, you love to see the emotion from Bryn Bautista. We love seeing the emotion from Lucy Cornelius. This team has a lot of emotion, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to be one of those teams that's very melatonin, trying to keep to themselves and everything. You want to hype up your teammates. You want to be hyped when you make a big moment because you know your teammates will be hyped for you. And when your teammates make a big moment, you want to be hyped for them because they've been hyped for you all year. And that's what this team does. They're hyped. They're happy to be here. Why do we always say that this team always looks so happy? It's because they know each other. They're very close with each other. We've talked to Coach Stawinski before about the values between this team. And he says there's a lot of values here that they hold close to them. They're a close-knit team. Last year, she's not on the team anymore, but Katie Rodman was in Italy studying abroad, and freshman Cameron Muse came in, and she's calling Cam from Italy, talking to her, getting to know her. So when she gets to camp, when she gets ready to practice, she's not just a new face. She's a friend already.
It's pretty awesome. Montclair State go to 11-3 overall, 9-0 at home, Vincent, undefeated. They extend their win streak to 3 in a row. With that win today, 1-1 in the NJAC Conference, and the Red Hawks are rolling. That'll do it for our broadcast here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. From Vincent Pacone and Luke Sirianni and our whole production team, we appreciate you spending your Tuesday night with us. Take care, have a good one, and we'll see you soon.